Hi. For the project, you need to create a circuit on your FPGA that will basically have the values of the switches to be displayed on the 7-segment displays. Notice that I have switches 7 through 4. I'm just going to set those to the value 1. Okay, by moving switch 4 up, I have that set to the value 1, and switches 3 through 0, I'm going to set to the value 2, 0, 0, 1, 0. And so basically we have the hex digits 5 through 2 are representing one of two different numbers, okay? They're either representing the values that are set on switches 7 through 4, or they're displaying the last digit of your student ID. The last digit of my student ID is a 6, and so we see that we have in hex 4, 3, and 2, in these hex digits right here, 4, 3, and 2, we are showing the value of that constant, okay, which I have set to display the value 6, since that's the last digit. Now, the two switches labeled 9 and 8 are going to determine which of these 4 7 segments are displaying the value that is listed on switches 7 through 4. And so here, notice that I have the value 0, 0. Both of those switches are 0, 0, so it is being displayed on hex 5. The value of switches 7 through 4, 0, 0, 0, 1, is showing a 1 on hex 5. Now, when I set the value of switches 9 and 8 to 0, 1, I now have that value of switches 7 through 4 being displayed on hex 4. Okay? And if I change these to 1, 0, I now have it displayed on hex 3. And if I set this to 1, 1, it's being displayed on hex 2. And so the output of the decoder is determining which of these 7-segment displays is selected or is chosen or is asserted, right? So we're using the output of the decoder. These are the input switches into the decoder. We have a 2 to 4 decoder, and based on the value of those switches determines which of these lines is asserted. I have a mux for each of those 7-segment displays, and I'm choosing between either my constant value, we see that I have the constant value on the 3 7 segments that are not being asserted by the decoder, and I have the hex 7 segment that is being asserted by the decoder on displaying the value of switches 7 through 4. So that's basically what you have to do for the project. Also, you should carry over from Lab 4, or recreate it if you've already gotten rid of it, the ability to select between either switches 7 through 4 or 3 through 0 based on the value of key 0. So here's key 0. When I press that, it goes to the value of 7-segment converter 1. When it's not pressed, it goes to the value of 7-segment converter 2, right? 7-segment converter 2. When it's not pressed, we know that's actually putting out a 1 because those are reversed, right? So it's choosing 7-segment converter 2, which is the output of these 4 switches. And then if it is pressed, we end up having a 0, and so it displays the 7-segment converter output 1, which is the output of switches 7 through 4. So that's basically what you have to do. Everything's exactly the same as Lab 4. We added a couple more muxes to implement, be able to have all 5 of these 7 segments. So we have a total of 5 muxes. 4 of them, the select lines, are handled from the output of the decoder, which the input is coming from here. The constant value is the last digit of your student ID. Notice here my student ID digit is 6, so I have all of the LEDs tied to ground so that they're on except for 1, okay? We know that that is array element 1, okay, because it starts at 0 at the top, and then we have 1 coming down the right-hand side. So display element 1 is turned off, and I get it to turn off by connecting that element to VCC. Okay, hope this helps, and have fun with it. All right, you should be able to do everything by yourself at this point. Bye.